me, Lexi Wilson, your favorite entrepreneur that talks all things beauty, fitness, and spirituality. And today, I wanted to talk with you all about the importance of taking social media breaks. So if you've noticed recently, I haven't been as active on my Facebook as I normally am. I have been, but most of it is coming through the way of Instagram. And the reason why is because lately I have not felt connected to my Facebook. I find that when I log online, I'd come offline feeling a little unhappy, comparing myself to other people, comparing my message to other people, comparing my numbers to other people, all of that. I felt frustrated and I felt lonely even, and I felt discouraged. And it was all from just logging onto my Facebook. And I didn't even realize that until one day I didn't check my Facebook at all that entire day. And I was so productive, so positive. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why do I feel all these positive emotions today? Like, why did I feel so good? And I realized that the one thing that I had done that day, because pretty much my entire routine was exactly the same. Hi, Carolyn. But pretty much the one thing that I had done differently all day was that I had not checked my Facebook at all. So I realized that I needed to take a break. Now, here's the thing. I still checked Instagram. I still checked Snapchat, but I have a different relationship to my Snapchat and a different relationship to my Instagram than I do on Facebook. So what I want to encourage you to do is to take frequent breaks. Now, you get to decide what that break looks like. A break could look like taking a month off, could look like taking a day off. It could also look like only connecting on certain sites, but not connecting on others. It could even look like connecting on one site, but not necessarily responding or going into groups. Whatever it is, you get to decide what the definition of taking a social media break looks like, right? So you don't have to go like, oh, okay, well, since people said take a break, I got to make sure that I do this and this and that. Like, no. Oh, you know what is so cool? Okay, so the video is asking me if I want to tag someone in the video, and I guess it's looking at my face, and it's asking if it wants to tag my cousin. I love that. So, all right, we got those strong chains. But I just wanted to send that note of encouragement to you because, hey, even though I'm super positive and I'm super encouraging and all this other stuff, I get discouraged too. And I get, comparinitis as well. So as positive as I come off, I certainly, listen, the people who are closest to me know that I can get really discouraged really easily and really quickly. And because of my wonderful Leo moon, I can be pretty dramatic about it. So the same passion that I bring to, all of my my cat is going crazy. Anyway, the same passion that I bring to my life in terms of just I'm so excited to be alive and all this other stuff, I can bring that same amount of passion to my sadness or to my sense of comparing myself. So I realize a big trigger for me in comparing myself is Facebook. More so than Instagram, which is insane because Instagram is picture and video focused. So you would think that that would actually be a bigger trigger for me. But here's the thing. On Instagram, I tend to follow a lot more people who are focused on positive energy. I follow a lot of fitness and health accounts. And so Instagram for some reason does not trigger me as much as Facebook does. Now, I know that there are a lot of people who are watching. Hi, Maraja. Hey girl, how are you? Yes, in the building. I love when you're always watching. But here's what people are going to suggest. Sometimes people say, well, if your Facebook is triggering you, unfollow those people or unfriend those people. But here's where I kind of, disagree. Sometimes I think that if somebody is triggering you a lot, okay, and that's not a friendship that you feel like you want to maintain, it's okay to just unfriend, especially if it's someone like a stranger where you really don't know them and they don't know you. It's okay to be like, this isn't mutually beneficial. There you go. I got it. It's okay at that point to then say we're going to go ahead unfriend. But let's say if it's a family member or if it's a friend that you do actually care about and you do want to stay in touch with, it's just their posts lately are triggering you. And maybe it's not that they're triggering you because they're being negative. Maybe they're not being negative. Maybe it's just that they're being really successful and you're feeling insecure. Or maybe they're just focusing on topics that you're still dealing with, that you're still trying to figure out. You are certainly welcome to unfollow that person. But if you want to still stay in touch with them and you don't necessarily want to unfollow, you could choose to unfollow for like a certain amount of days. I know that Facebook has that feature, but if you don't want to unfriend and if you don't want to unfollow and you still want to follow them, I still think that it's super important to then just say, let me go ahead and distance myself from Facebook for a little bit. It's always a good idea to take breaks from social media accounts that trigger you, or if you notice that you haven't been on your game in your life, okay? So for example, there are plenty of times where I get out of my car after shopping in Target or doing whatever I'm doing. I get into my car and I sit on my phone on Facebook for 20 minutes. Nah, that's no bueno. We can't be doing that. Right? So then I realized, okay, I need to take a break because I'm being a little too addictive and I need to find another like outlet. I need to focus on something else. It's a lot easier for me to get off of Instagram, to get off of Snapchat than it is for me to get off of Facebook. So basically what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is you get to decide what a I'm supposed to say Facebook, but what a social media break looks like to you. It can be a break from all forms of social media. It could be a break for a whole month. It could be a break for a whole day. Whatever it is that you feel is best, just do it. Just follow that intuition and go with it. If you feel like lately it just doesn't feel good, you come offline and you just don't feel happy with yourself. You feel like, well, I wish that I had her body, or I wish that I had her life. Her Snapchats are always lit and she's always doing fun things and my life is so boring. Or you get on Facebook and you're like, wow, look at this content. It's so amazing. All of my content sucks. If that's what you're feeling like, it's okay to get offline. Okay. Let's see what Mirage has to say. She says, yep, I was spending way too much time on here when I could be investing that energy into something more productive. Yes, Mirage. Yes. Way to be self-aware. Yes, definitely. And the thing is, I was just joking with somebody about that like over the weekend about how many of us will literally stop, like we'll be doing something we're supposed to be doing, like cooking. Listen, I burnt my pancakes the other morning because I was on Instagram. I got totally distracted just scrolling through, and then I look back and I'm like, yeah, I spent like 30 minutes. Of course I burnt my freaking pancake. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't light the whole house on fire, because I'm just scrolling and you can get so swiped into these things. You can get so sucked in, so it's really important then that you take time to just stop and live your life. Now, here's another sign I know a lot of times people will notice if they're comparing themselves that that's a time to kind of step back. But another sign is if you're struggling with content. I know right now with the Facebook algorithm and all that stuff, my girl Nikki Pebbles, who I just love, she just posted this wonderful post that was really brutally honest about people complaining about the Facebook algorithm. Here's the thing. I get frustrated with that algorithm too. Look at right now. It's like I could technically have so many people watching me live, but I'm sure that Facebook isn't promoting the thing. I could sit here and spend 10 minutes complaining about that, or I could just create good content. And that's what her argument is create good, consistent content and you'll show up in people's posts. You know what I mean? It's not all like Facebook algorithm fault. You know what I mean? Like you need to be producing consistent, good content. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, if you're jealous of other people's content, or if you're finding that people are not, liking your stuff or sharing your things or whatever the case is, and it's discouraging to you, go live your life. And the reason, I'm not saying that in a sense to say like, get over it. What I'm saying is you're going to create better content because you're living your life. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, for example, last week, my computer's going crazy. Last week, I went to the zoo. And after that, I got sick and was out of commission for like a week. But, neither here nor there. I went to the zoo and I got so much inspiration from just watching the elephants and seeing the giraffes and just being in a new place that I had never been to. I'd never been to the Tampa Zoo before. But after that experience, I was so inspired and I was so like excited about life and just like pumped. I felt, I was talking to my boyfriend later on that night and I was like, I'm just so motivated and I'm so excited just because of this new activity, or when I go to the gym, and I freaking love the gym. There you go. The gym. I go pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day. I freaking love it, But every time that I go and I do something different, if I get bored with like my LA Fitness, I go to another LA Fitness in the next city or whatever the case is. I'm lucky enough that there's quite a bit around me. This is Florida. But the thing is that when I'm doing that, what ends up happening is I feel really inspired, And so when you feel inspired, what happens? You create good content, okay? A lot comes from just living your life. So if you're noticing that you're comparing your content to other people's content, or if you're comparing your lack of views or lack of shares or lack of whatever to somebody else's shares and somebody else's likes and all this other stuff, get out, go live your life. I'm sure you're going to find some inspiration just in the process of living. Okay, my phone is dying, so I gotta hush this up. Oh, no, I don't. I just have to plug it in. Y'all might be too young to remember that commercial, but I don't even remember where it's from actually now that I think about it. But the point is, there you go. All right. So anyway, so all I want to say for you guys is just to, one, make sure that you take, I don't know how I got from I have a master's degree, y'all. Please forgive me. One, take frequent social media breaks. This could be once a week. It could be even every day. For example, you could say, I'm not going to get online after 8 o'clock. Or I'm not going to get online every Saturday, whatever it is, or it could be as long as you want it to be, maybe a month if you want to go that far. It could also be taking breaks off of certain types of social media, only checking one thing, but not necessarily checking the other. What I do encourage for that sort of thing, here's a secret, is, for example, I've been posting a lot on Facebook through my Instagram. So I'm actually on Instagram and I'm just sharing it to Facebook. Brand secrets. I'm trying to wink, but I'm doing it with 2 eyes instead. Talent. So that's the other thing. 3, if you find yourself comparing your content to what other people are doing and you feel like you're not up to par, go and live your life. You're going to create better content and find so much more inspiration just because you're out living your life. If you have any other questions or any other thing that you want to know, contact me in regards to feeling encouraged, feeling empowered. Go ahead and shoot me a message and I will do my best to encourage you to stay strong. It may take me a little bit of a while to respond because social media break, yay. Right? So anyway, thanks so much for staying with me. If you're catching me live, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Olivia, Maraja. Who else was here with me live? I think there was somebody else, or maybe that was it. Oh, Carolyn was also here with me live. And if you are catching me on the replay, then just put replay in the comments and I'll be sure to give you a shout out in the comment section. Also, I have been going live pretty much every day too. So that has been very interesting lately. Granted, it's only Tuesday, so I guess not every day. But whatever. I went live yesterday, but I did it through my podcast. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go with a set time, so that way everybody knows I'm live at that time. But here's, sometimes it's when you go live at a set time every day, it's good in terms of consistency. So I do encourage you to do that if it feels good for you. But the problem that I have with going live every day at a certain time is that, one, my life is busy. And sometimes I have to meet with clients. Sometimes I have to run around and I'm not available at the time that technically I've set for a live podcast or a live video. And then 2, sometimes I'm just not inspired by that time. So I don't want to preach, if you will, on a message that I don't feel inspired to speak on. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like my strength is my passion. But if my passion ain't there, then you ain't gonna be watching or listening. You know what I'm saying? So, but at least if you're clicking to follow me here on Facebook, which now is a feature as well, you can be friends with them and then click on an alert so you get notified every time I go live. You can certainly do that and then it will notify you on your phone or wherever, or you can just check back because I will definitely be reposting my content out on my blog, thelexiwilson.com, and then that way the information is still always there. So I don't know. We'll see. We're trying some things. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and go because I got some things that I got to do before my next client, and I will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Again, I am Lexi Wilson, your favorite entrepreneur that talks all things beauty, fitness, and spirituality. I will talk to you all later. Bye.